You don't want any slides, you want to make sure you fit everywhere, and you do not want a van. Well, this is the motorhome for you. This is a 2025 Forest River Sunseeker TS2380. First, we're going to go inside, and then we'll come back outside and talk about what's going on out here. Let's get right into it. And the cover over the garbage can, which you can access from outside, and I'll show you that later on. Back here, we've got a power tower for the wireless charger, or you pull it up into power tower mode, plug in the toaster, the margarita machine, and away you go. Little storage piece here. We've got some hooks for towels or cloths, what have you. GFCI outlet there. A nice big window, and these are thermal pane acrylic windows. So they've got a gas in between the two panes, and that means they open awning style. So if I flip these clips this way, like so, I put it out, it opens like that instead of sliding. So if it's raining but you want to let some air in, you can do that, and the rain's just going to roll right off the window. Then you just pull it in, push it out, and pull it in. Then you just push it out and pull it back in. Flip these clips, and away you go. These windows all have blackout shades and bug screens. Above the kitchen, we've got a good amount of cabinetry with even a shelf up in there, and this connects the whole way through, and another shelf and cabinet right here. We've got several drawers here that pull out pretty far, and you're going to notice there's a big gap here. Well, that's because of the plumbing and the sink. So these close like so. They're soft close, 5-piece drawers on 75-pound ball bearing drawer slides. A big storage compartment down here in this cabinet, and there's kind of all your info sheet. Then we've got access to that cabinet on this side, and even a little pull-out pantry, and that just locks in place down here for when you're on the road. And as part of your kitchen, we've got a 12-volt fridge and freezer. Freezer on the bottom, fridge up top. Fairly spacious, and it gets nice and cold very quickly. We've also got a convection microwave, so you can microwave or even bake if you want. We've got a table that can turn whichever way you want. We got 2 seats, both of them have seat belts. You got one over there and one over there. With the table removed, we have a drawer on the driver's side and storage underneath this side, where you can put the table leg and slide the table in. Then these chairs go into a bed like so. It only takes a second, super easy. I'm just under 6 feet tall, and I've got plenty of room. Even with my hat on, I can still stretch out a little bit more, and it's not so bad for, 1 or 2 nights. If someone's gonna be sleeping on this for a little bit longer, you might wanna bring a foamy or an inflatable single mattress that can go on top of that. Some cabinetry up top. Same up here. This is the cover for the cab, so you can close that off and not let any light in. We've got your JBL sound system control right here, some USB underneath the cabinet there, and another one of those windows. Like I said, all of them have the shades and the screens. Got your subwoofer for your JBL sound system right there, and a TV, which, if I pop that open, has some hidden storage behind it. Up above this area, we've got a fantastic fan, so you can open that up and really move some air. We've also got vents for the AC. As part of that JBL sound system, we have a speaker in the roof above the kitchen area over here, plus the subwoofer up there, so you get nice surround sound. Above the stairwells where you have your battery box, you've got controls for your solar panel, outside lights, your battery disconnect, and your awning controls, which have a wind setting, so it'll come in when it's windy automatically, and that's pretty rare, unfortunately. Even on motorhomes at this price point or above this price point, you don't see a lot of awnings that have wind settings. So that's really cool. On this unit, we've got the Arctic pack. So that means you get 12-volt heat pads and heat tape on your main water line to keep your tanks warm. Then we've got auto gen start up here and your regular generator controls and your monitor panel right there. A little bit of storage beside it. Now heading back towards the bedroom, we're gonna go through the hallway first. We got 2 big windows in this bedroom. A little bit of a step up here. So flush floor until you get to the bedroom, and then it's a step up. We've got a full-size queen bed, individual reading lights with USB ports on them, some storage up above the bed, actually a lot of storage up above the bed, and more power and USB down beside the bed, which hopefully you can see there just fine. Now, like I said, there's no slides in here, so this is still a walk-around bed. It takes a little bit of shimmying, especially if you're not a small person like I am. And then we've got a ton of storage up underneath the bed, as well as service access. So that's quite nice. You've got your water pump literally right down there, so super easy to service. And in the other corner of the bedroom, beside the hallway, we have your Truma water heater and furnace controls, your AC control, light switches for the hallway and the bedroom, some power, and a TV. Then we have this enormous wardrobe. It's huge for a unit of this size. Got some drawers here with soft close, and that makes up your wardrobe in this tiny motorhome. And one thing to talk about is that your air conditioner is vented, even though this is quite a short motorhome at only about 23 feet inside. You've got vents all the way back here, and you even have another vent up there if you want to put a max air fan back here as well. Not only that, but the venting is all actually insulated, and this unit has a fiberglass roof, which has been leak tested. Sunseeker leak tests their motorhomes before they ever leave the factory, every single one, so you know that you're getting a leak-free RV. As we head into the bathroom here, we're going to talk a little bit more about the construction because we have a vacuum bonded foam block insulated floor. There's no heat vents on the floor, no cutouts of the floor, none of that. So that means you get better insulation as well as a more solid floor. You don't have to worry about water or crumbs falling in your furnace vents. On the back of this bathroom door, we've got some hooks for hanging things. Looking into the bathroom, we've got a nice basin sink, porcelain foot flush toilet. There you go, look at that. A little bit of a step up, so you sit pretty high up there. Some people that aren't as tall like to have a little stool to put there just so you can rest your legs. You aren't dangling when you're sitting on the throne. Down here, we got furnace and plumbing access. A little bit of storage underneath. And as you can see, we have terminations right at the faucet. So you're not messing around trying to find a leak. If you have a leak, you know, here or up here, you have a problem, you can just terminate it right here. Super, super nice. And they even extend the countertop up over this way. We've got a GFCI outlet, fan control, medicine cabinet back here, and a mirror. Hey folks, it's me. Sorry, not included with purchase, and absolutely not at this price. Then we turn around, we've got a reinforced shower floor, quite solid. You don't feel like you're gonna fall through. It actually doesn't really move at all. And that's important because then your P-trap doesn't flex, and then you don't have to worry about leaks so long as it was put together correctly, which it was because it's a Sunseeker. A few shelves in the shower on the way up, and a skylight. My head kind of just about hits these when I'm wearing shoes. So I'd have to stand inside the skylight. If you're 6'2", this will be kind of a duck and shower situation. And really, that's it for the inside. So as we go to climb into the cab, you open up your door, and you get that ridiculously annoying Ford door chime. We've got your window controls over here, door lock, unlock, pretty standard door, speaker, but there's a lot of storage in here. Being the Transit, this is made for, it's made to be a workhorse. You know, people spend the whole day, their entire day, all week, all year in a Ford Transit. Easy fuel port, so you don't have to mess around with a cap or anything like that. You just take your fuel nozzle and you just put it in there, put it in the hole, and that's it. Only gas, this is not a diesel. This is an EcoBoost, it's quite powerful. I'll put the specs in the description for you guys and also on the screen right now. It's very powerful, it's very quick, and of course this is the all-wheel drive one, which is super important for when you're going off the beaten trail. Great seating position. Got your mirror controls here, great mirrors. Got that lower concave mirror, you gotta move that one manually, but I mean, you can see everything out of that. Cup holder up here for your coffee, nice and easy to reach. More storage down here, great dead pedal. Now, what they did is they put the texture here for your dead pedal. Most of the time, I feel like people are gonna be putting their foot up here because you get a slightly higher resting position. Now, we've also got an emergency start here, so if your chassis battery dies, you can use this to steal power from your coach batteries and power up the chassis. Light controls, all right here. Of course, it's got auto lights. Why wouldn't it? It's 2025, come on. Got brightness controls for your digital display, which you can see there. It's still a teeny tiny little display, nothing crazy, but it is a digital display. We have lane keep assist on here, as well as adaptive cruise. This is super fun to drive because it's quick, it's small, you don't have to worry too much about overhang. It's basically like driving a truck. And it has safety features like emergency autonomous braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane keeping assist. Rain sensing wipers, of course. Like I said, it's 2025. These features should be standard. If they're not, what are you doing? Something really nice about the Transit is you get this wrapped cushion steering wheel. It's not the hard plastic one. So really a great seating position, great place to be. Shifter right here, van style. This is like a Sprinter, except you don't sit up quite as high. And it's also way less expensive than buying something on the Sprinter chassis. We've got this absolutely massive infotainment screen right here with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. USB right there. We got a 12-volt plug, got your front defrost, and we've got this button, which just changes the screen. We've also got your different drive modes. You've got normal, eco, slippery, tow haul, and mud/ruts. Then we've got heated mirrors. All your controls are right in here. It's currently set to Fahrenheit, but we can change that. We can make it Celsius because this is Canada. Come on. So you have that massive screen right in the center, which is easily accessed by the passenger as well. There's your passenger seat, nice and comfy. Lots of leg room, which the E450 and the E350 do not have. Now, one of the trade-offs of that is that you can only tow 4,000 pounds instead of 7,500 pounds like on the new 450. But this is way smaller. You're not lumbering around. You're not a big beast. Got side and backup cameras for more safety. Very important. And they even have audio. I don't know why, but they do have audio. There's a little speaker here that puts out the sound from those, which I just most of the time turn off. Absolutely enormous visors that block out this entire window, so you don't get any sunlight peeking through up here. 3 cup holders over here. We got a big glove box on this side. Huge storage space there, and another cup holder for the passenger. And then we have a bunch of storage up in the dash for pens, sunglasses, as well as USB-C and a 12-volt charging port right here for the driver's phone, so it's easily within reach. Now we're gonna start on the outside. Forgive me if it's noisy because I'm right next to the highway, very, very busy highway. But here we are. We've got a fully molded fiberglass front cap, one piece. This is quite an aerodynamic, sleek RV. It's a Ford, so you can get it serviced anywhere. I mean, who are we kidding? Every small town has a Ford dealer, so you don't have to worry about getting back on the road if you have a breakdown. Nice beefy front tires. Like I said, this is all-wheel drive, and it's duals in the rear. Side camera here on this vacuum bonded laminated fiberglass. Rotocast bin right here for kind of wet or dirty items. There's actually a surprising amount of storage on the outside of this thing. Next up, as we move along the outside, we've got that huge awning that, like I said, it has wind sensors in it. It opens up. It's pretty windy out here today, so I can't open it. I don't want to, anyways. Exterior marine grade JBL speakers. Propane is here to the left of the door. Plenty of propane in there for your generator, which I'll show you on the other side. Then we've got these dual rear wheels, hand-cooked tires, good high quality tire. A little bit more exterior storage here. Another Rotocast bin, plenty of storage. There's a little kind of shelf up there. I don't know why, but there is. And we have a drain in this one. So, you know, you can use it as a cooler or do whatever you like. Now this right here, what the heck could this be? Well, that is access to drop your spare tire, which is way underneath there on the other side of this exhaust. As you can see, at the back, we have a receiver and a propane quick connect. Like I said, you can tow 4,000 pounds with this beast. With the size of it, you're not gonna need to tow a secondary vehicle because you don't have to put any slides in. It's easy to get in and out of a campsite. You know, if you gotta rip into town, you just rip into town. Fold up your chairs and go. Got a backup camera here and the shark fin. So, along with a fully fiberglass wraparound roof, we also have the shark fin at the back. And what they do with this is they actually terminate a lot of the wiring that goes through the roof right there so that it's easy to trace issues if you do have any problems up there. So that just pops off for easy servicing. Now this thing is only like 10'6". Next up, we've got another storage compartment, service access here. That's your water heater and your furnace, your Truma system. And then down here, we've got another Rotocast bin where we have your heavy duty sewer hose and your electric cable and another drain. So this is a really great place to put those gross things that get dirty, so you can wash that out. Now I am getting absolutely soaking wet here in this beautiful sun. We've got a 2800 watt propane generator. It's owning really nice and quiet. Short exhaust run as well that just drops out right there on this side, which is nice because on some of the longer units, a lot of them actually, you have your generator up near the front and it dumps out right by the cab door. Up here, we've got access to your kitchen garbage can, your sewer outlet, you pull there, you pull for the black tank right there, and the hookup all in one spot, nice and easy. Behind the third door, we've got your docking station. Oh look, a spare key, that's pretty cool, that's quite handy. All right, we've got your black tank flush, your city water connection, your valve, and an outdoor shower right there. And this is all just right here in one spot, so you don't have to be running up and down, left and right to the sewer dump and the docking station being separate. They're all together right here. One thing I missed on this side, we have a Lippert ladder hookup. So that's for the telescoping ladder. Now that is it. This is the go anywhere, but I want something bigger than a van RV. If you're interested in this or something like it, my number's on the screen. My name's Evan. I'm here at Eldorado RV in Lethbridge, Alberta. Give me a call. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.